Hey everyone, Condor K here, and you probably can't see me because I could not get a good capture footage with a webcam, but that's cool. That's cool. So, what is this? Does anyone know what this is? I'm gesturing towards the screen even though you can't see me. Alright, well, this here is a free-to-play MMO called Dungeon Fighter Online, if you didn't know. I think I mentioned in a previous blog like forever ago that I used to play it with my sister, but the thing kind of went down. The people behind it took it down because it wasn't getting that much traffic, this, that, the other thing, and then it changed hands, and now it's back. It's currently in the second period of its open beta, and it's just as awesome as I remember. I didn't play it as much as my sister. She's better than me. I think just yesterday she texted me about getting one of her characters up to level 51. Which, as you can see here, these are all my characters right now. Nowhere close. Alright, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I'm doing before I get to talking about whatever. There's an event going on right now, as you can see in the bottom left corner, Level Up Challenge, where you create a new character during the period there, and you have to get them to a certain level, and you'll get rewards for it. I chose 31, simply because, as you see here, Janix, my brawler, is already at 31, so I'm like, I can make it 31. So, just going for that, and it's a mage. I've never actually played with a mage before until I created this one, so I have some experience with it now, but it was new in the past. Alright, so let's go. So does anybody know, well, I mean, obviously some people have to know about this game. It's kind of big. I think so anyway. I mean, it's not, I don't know what to say. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it, and I'm having a blast with it now. Alright, so, anyway, I'm obviously not at the beginning, and I'm level 22. This is the second area of the game, Meltdown, and it's the first one that allows you to alter the difficulty of the dungeons that you can play in. All the previous ones, since it was like the introductory levels, telling you, you know, quests, the initial quests, and all the really simple objectives and all that, they didn't have any difficulty settings. This one, though, does. What am I doing? I do not remember what I was doing. Give me a sec. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to hit on a few things that have happened since I haven't been able to vlog as of lately. Some things have been getting in the way, but I will say that I think the most recent thing that passed that I didn't get to do anything for was the most recent Nintendo Direct, which was actually April 1st, so that means it was a month ago. Oh wow. The Nintendo Direct was really freaking ridiculous, and I think I've made a point to talk about how excited I am for any information about Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem. So finally seeing the game for the first time since it was freaking announced made me very happy. Oh whoops, I forgot something. Let's see. Oops, that's not it. I can turn on my creature. Anyway. I don't know what loyalty does, but it's extremely low, and I thought that after I stopped playing yesterday it would fill up. And so that little guy is a creature, and I believe normally, a lot like how most free-to-play games, if you want like a creature or something like that, you get to pay real money. But since there's an event going on, they kind of gave me that one. I don't know what the loyalty meter means though, so not sure. Anyway, Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem. There was some very mixed reactions to seeing it, but of course that's probably from people who don't actually understand what the fuck it's supposed to be. And for people who probably misunderstood the initial announcement trailer. Honestly, I thought it would be, you know, the cast of both games meeting and doing some crazy shit. But what they seem to have gone with is they're going for a game with Shin Megami Tensei elements and Fire Emblem characters in a Shin Megami Tensei type of elemental world, if that makes any sense. So it was never really announced I don't know. I mean, there were a bunch of different ways to identify the announcer trailer, but you know, it's different from what I expected. But I'm still looking forward to finding out more about it. And honestly, I think the game is coming out this year, which is good in comparison to what's it called? Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem, which is called Fire Emblem If in Japan, but it doesn't have a name here yet. But that one is currently dated for 2016, which when I first watched the Direct and when I rewatched the Direct like 3 times, I did not notice that it said 2016, and I was upset. Oh man. Like, the other really big news, aside from all the Fire Emblem stuff, which was the best part of the Direct for me anyway, I don't know if I made it clear in the past, but I could care less about Mewtwo in Smash Bros. I don't like him. You know, and other people are like, what, how can you not like Mewtwo? It's a lot like Charizard. I like Charizard, you know, and I don't ever get pissy about the fact that a bunch of people love him, like that's their favorite Pokemon ever. I don't really care, you know. The Charizard's not too bad, but my favorites, I have my own favorites and all stuff. Like Greninja's really fucking awesome. But aside from that, Mewtwo on the other hand is just, I never really cared about him. Like, I loved the first Pokemon movie, who didn't, honestly. But aside from that, I don't care about Mewtwo. So, like, when he was announced at the end of the 50 Fact Extravaganza, I was like, ah, fuck it, I don't care. My sister, actually, the same one who plays this game with me, she took my copy of Smash 3D, since she goes to college in Georgia, and I gave her my 3D Mewtwo download code, because I don't want it. I'll probably get the Wii U one anyway, and I mean, I do have it because I got them for free, but I'm gonna put the Wii U download code on the family Wii U. So if when we get together, anyone can play them. I just don't have much interest. Lucas, on the other hand, like, I was never sour about Lucas being cut from Smash Bros. I know Earthbound has their fan base, and I don't actually know a lot about Earthbound, so I'm not gonna talk about it like I do, because I don't. But Lucas, I loved playing with Lucas more in Brawl than I did playing as a Ness. I was better at Lucas. But you know, it never really bugged me too much that he wasn't in the game. Unlike apparently a bunch of other people who just couldn't accept that a clone was cut, you know? I didn't really have a problem with it, but he's coming back, and I also do not have a problem with that. So, whatever, you know? I'll probably end up buying him anyway since I really enjoyed him. That aside, the only other interesting or big news that came out of the Smash Bros. Portion of the Direct was that they, Jesus, I'm really distracted. They opened a ballot for people to vote for what Smash character what character they were wanting as the next DLC character, basically. And I have been kind of split. I wasn't split. Okay, that's a lie. I did not have anyone to vote for after that was announced, and all the days after it, I just kept thinking, I don't really have anyone that I absolutely want to see in Smash. I mean, honestly, to me, everybody who I would ever want in Smash is already there. We have Robin and Lucina, and we have Shulk. Ike wasn't cut. Greninja was added. A bunch of the characters I really love. So for me personally, hey, where'd my little guy go? For me personally, I don't have any problem with the characters not being there, or I don't have any character that I immediately desire to be back in the game. So I didn't really vote for anyone. At the same time, though, like, I don't really have anything against. So what I'm doing is just accepting a bunch of quests. That's all. I don't really have any interest in anything else right now. I've already done these quests already, so I don't really need to read them. Let's see. A lot of the popular choices going around, you know, like King K. Rool. And I know that on like boards and everything, because I go to the Smash boards on GameFAQs all the time. I keep telling myself not to, but I just keep doing it anyway. And honestly, it doesn't really bug me too much. Did I accept the quest? Yeah, I did, okay. Like, King K. Rool is just whatever. You know, I don't really, have much interest in it, or anything. Like, I mean, I just have no stake in King K. Rool, whether he gets it or not. If he does, you know, alright, that's cool. If he doesn't, alright, you know, whatevs. Am I making sense? I think I'm making sense. Sorry, it's just, I haven't ever played a game at the same time as I was trying to talk before. This is obviously my first time. I don't know if anyone can tell. Probably can from all my stuttering and my lost trains of thought. Because I'm like trying to decide whether I should talk about everything that's passed this past month, or if I should talk about the game that I'm playing, which is a really fun game. I don't know. But, just to kind of end all that talk about the Smash ballot, after thinking about it for forever, I ended up voting for a character that I like, and that's it. Like, I didn't vote for anyone super popular, and I honestly do not believe the character I vote for is getting in. Like, it's not happening. I just voted for a character that I wanted. That's simply it. Anyway, the character was, what's her name? Micaiah. The, main character of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, which is the sequel to Path of Radiance. And those are both the Ike games. Now, who here knows a lot about Ike? Like, seriously. Because I never really thought about it, but a lot of people who play the Fire Emblem characters in Smash don't know jack shit about Fire Emblem. Like, seriously. It's like trying to talk to them about the characters, they have nothing to say because they don't fucking know a single thing. I know some people are going to be like, what the hell are you talking about, man? They don't need to know anything about Fire Emblem. Maybe not, but still. It bugs me. I know it probably shouldn't, the fact that a bunch of people who play the Fire Emblem characters in Smash don't know anything about the characters. But it bugs me. It really does. It bugs me just as much as the Awakening fans do. Which, that's a whole nother story. I don't even think if I want to get into it. But, if you don't know, Ike is the son of Grail, and Grail is the leader of the Grail mercenaries. They live in Crimea, and they basically go around and do mercenary jobs, you know, protecting people, taking out bandits, the usual fare. And Grail is training Ike to be his replacement, you know, when he retires or whatever, to be the next leader of the Grail mercenaries, right? And the Path of Radiance game introduces us to that, because the first fights in Path of Radiance are training missions, like training fights between Ike and Boyd, another mercenary, a friend of his, and then of course against Grail, his dad. And one of the mercenaries by the name of Soren, he's a sage, was off training in Melior, the capital of Crimea, with another mercenary group. And he came back early because he had to tell them that Dayan, the neighbor of Crimea, had invaded Crimea. So they'd like gone to war, and he's like, they went to war, you know, shit, crazy stuff. And the mercenaries are like, well, what do we do? You know, because we live in Crimea, do we fight the war for Crimea, or do we just, you know, run away and not mess with it at all? To my knowledge, their intention was to do nothing, or at least at first they didn't really want anything to do with the war, rightfully so, I guess, because it didn't involve them. But while they were on the road, they came across a caravan that was attacked by Dayan forces. And they ended up fighting for them anyway. And the sole survivor of the caravan was Princess Elincia, the Princess of Crimea, for those who don't know. And you probably don't have a lot of like visual representation for these characters. You can go onto Fire Emblem Wiki and look them up. You know Ike, you know who is Soren, S-O-R-E-N, Grail, G-R-E-I-L, Elincia. Elincia actually has trophies in Smash Bros. Brawl and Smash 4. She's the Pegasus Knight. She rides a Pegasus, she has long green hair. She's awesome. And they find out that Princess Elincia is the Princess of Crimea. They find out that they were trying to capture her. And they're like, well, should we help her? You know, still asking the question. Soren, of course, being the negative Nancy that he is, initially thinks, who cares? You know, we don't have to do anything about this. Whereas, like, Ike, Grail, and Titania, Titania is like the second in command of the Realm Mercenaries, they just decide, no, we have to help her. And while they're still kind of in the midst of debating amongst each other, they and forces surround their home, their fort, and threaten to attack if they don't get the princess back. So their decision is kind of made for them, and they end up fighting against the Daean forces, and they kind of become involved in the war in that way. And then the rest of Path of Radiance is you commanding Ike against the Daean forces, and trying to retake Crimea and put Elincia back on the throne. Yay! I have beaten Path of Radiance, I think, over 10 times. I know for a fact that I've beaten it 15 times, because there are trial maps in Path of Radiance, which are like, what's the word? They're like mini missions that you can play with your characters from the save files that you load them from. And if you beat the game a certain amount of times, you get new characters to play with on those trial maps, mainly boss enemies from the game. The last character you get to play as is Ashnard. He's the main villain of Path of Radiance, the Mad King of Daean. And to get Ashnard, you have to beat Path of Radiance 15 times. And I have Ashnard, which means I've beaten Path of Radiance at least 15 times. Of course, my sisters, also, 2 of them have played and beaten Path of Radiance at least once on their own. So I'm not going to take credit for all those 15 times. But I've beaten it a lot. And it's a fun game. You really should check it out if you want to get into Fire Emblem and be able to talk about it with the Fire Emblem fans instead of relying on the limited Smash knowledge and sounding like an idiot like most people do when they try to talk about Fire Emblem, but they don't know jack shit about it. Do I sound bitter? I'm a little bitter about that. Anyway, you know, that aside, on a more positive note, Fire Emblem games are a lot of fun. How did I get on this topic anyway? Smash Bros. I was talking about Smash Bros. But there's really not a lot to talk about Smash Bros. I voted for Micaiah. She's not going to get in. I don't really mind who gets in or who doesn't through the ballot, as long as it's new characters. That's all I care about. You know, we have Lucas and Mewtwo. No more. I don't want any more returning characters. That's it. Anyway, I was thinking actually of doing like a video blog series, like giving the history of like the Fire Emblem games, like what they're about, that kind of thing. You know, like just talk about it and like give you the down low on the story, the characters, so that people who are interested can have something more to go off of. Aside from just, you know, Smash Bros. You know, I want to do a good thing for people. I've played all the Fire Emblems that were released here. I've even played Roy's game, which was not released here. Simply out of interest. And I never finished Roy's game because it's boring as shit. I don't recommend it. Well, I guess I could do it now, right? I mean, I don't really have much else to talk about. You know what? Maybe I'll say that for another time, but, because I still want to talk about a bunch of the stuff that kind of passed by while it was, you know, not here. Which, in addition to the Nintendo Direct, there was a really short showcase for Xenoblade Chronicles X. Which, for people, if you watch the Japanese, things where the characters of Xenoblade X talk to you, that's basically what the showcase was. It was like the first one about the field and stuff. So it wasn't terribly new information, but I just liked hearing, it's just like, I like hearing anything else about the game, so it didn't really bug me. Of course, it just goes to show that people are stupid because they changed the name of the dolls, the mechs you ride in, and the skells, and everyone's upset about that. I'm like, you're fucking idiots if you're upset about that. Jesus. But, aside from that, Xenoblade X came out in Japan, like, yesterday, I think? I don't know, you know, time difference. It came out a short while ago in Japan. A very short while ago. And so, lucky bastards are playing my most hyped game of 2015. I cannot wait till it comes out here. That's a day one buy for me. I've already put over 300 hours into Xenoblade Chronicles, which, in my opinion, I made a whole video about it, is the best game I've ever played. So, I'm really looking forward to Xenoblade X and just seeing what it has to offer. I'm trying to keep myself in the dark about it, and what I mean is I don't want to know anything about the story, because the story is the selling point to me. That's what matters to me most about the game. And so there's a story trailer, a Japanese story trailer, even if it's in Japanese, you know, and you can't understand it. I have not looked at it, and I don't want to look at it. I'm gonna keep myself in the dark as I can about the game's story until I get it and play it myself. Let's see, anything else? So yeah, just, you know, I'm excited for that game, very excited for that game. On the movie front, because I like movies, we got a bunch of trailers at the same time. We got a teaser for Batman vs. Superman. We got a teaser for Star Wars. Apparently there was a trailer for Jurassic Park. I don't have much interest in Jurassic Park. But people were talking and talking. I was talking about those trailers like for hours on end with people. My sister, who I keep mentioning, the Shadow Star. Let's call her Shadow Star. That's her name that she likes to use on the internet. Like, I don't know if you can see, but my mage right now, you can see his name kind of floating above him right there. Einias, E-I-E-N-I-A-S. That's like my internet name. I use it for fucking everything. Bleh. There's a fly in my face. My sister uses Shadow Star, so I'll call her Shadow Star. But Shadow Star and I talked for hours about both trailers. Teasers, which is funny because combined they were like less than 5 minutes of content, but they sprouted hours of discussion. And there's a lot of people who like are not really impressed with Dawn of Justice. I don't completely blame them because I feel like DC, Warner Brothers are not doing the best in setting up this universe. And their casting decisions have been questionable at best. It's not... I was never, like, Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, that's terrible. Never. I never had any problems with that. I have problems with everybody else. And by everybody else, I mean specifically, Wonder Woman. I actually watched some movies... I watched the Fast and Furious movies where Gal Gadot's in... or Gal Gadot, I don't know how to say it. I've heard it both ways, I'm sorry. But, I don't know, alright? If she does amazing, thank God, but I'm not holding my breath. Jesus. Aside from that, I really liked the Dawn of Justice teaser. I thought it was pretty freaking awesome. We saw Ben Affleck as an older, gruffer, angrier Bruce Wayne. We saw his bat suit. We saw him moving very briefly. We saw his armored bat suit at the end, which is, you know, as many people know, it's like a callback to Dark Knight Returns because that's the story that they're using a lot of to for the plot of this movie, like for the inspiration of this movie. Okay, what's this? Quick aside. So what I've been doing, like what the game does is you unlock an area. Like let me just hit this up really quick to tell you. Like when I got here, I could only go to Mushroom Garden, see level 21 to 24. Oh wait, level 17 to 20. When you get to level 21, this next area opens up. City of Spores, or level 19. I'm sorry, I assumed. Anyway, and the quests are all tied to one location. What's really annoying is later on in the game, you level up higher past certain areas, so you unlock quests for the next area while you're still in the previous area. So, you know, like, I'm still in the Rotting Lock, but I've already got quests for Old Streets, which I don't want to do because it's a really dumb place. But I'm just, like, you see me skipping through all the, like, quest dialogue, and that's because I've done it. This is my 5th time doing it, it's my 5th character. And that's really it. Ooh, let me check something. Do I have a growth potion? I do not, okay. Anyway, I'm excited for the Dawn of Justice movie simply for the Batman and Superman portions of it. I think they could hopefully do that well. Man of Steel had a few issues, but I still have some confidence that this one will at least be good for Batman and Superman. As for everything else, your guess is as good as mine. Now, this is kind of stuff that I was never able to do in Xenoblade, but in this game, like when you advance your characters and you like change their class, like originally I was just a mage, nothing more. I'm an elemental bomber now, and when you do that, they give you like a specialization. Mine is cloth armor, which like it's the weakest of the armor, but if you wear only cloth armor, you get more boosts to kind of make up for it. So it's that trade-off. Like, you could still put like heavy armor and plate armor, which are stronger on the character, but cloth armor gives you bonuses, which you can see down here at the very bottom. It says Elemental Bomber, Cloth Armor, Mastery, and it gives you boosts and shit. So that's cool. Anyway, Star Wars teaser. You know, this is all old news. I know people are like, why are you still talking about this? It's because I've been gone for a month. I don't know what else I'm supposed to talk about. Oh, yes, I do, but in the most summarized version that I can give it to you, freaking amazing, and we're done. You know, I'm still really excited for Star Wars, of course. And unlike most people, I don't hate the prequels like most people do. I do not. And then people are gonna be, oh, you're not a Star Wars fan. It's like, that's stupid. I know it seems hypocritical because I'm being like, if you don't play a lot of Fire Emblem games, you can't be a Fire Emblem fan. But I'm not saying you have to like them. Like, I hate Roy's game, but if you want to play it and if you like it, fine. I thought it was dumb. Lynn with Hector on the Game Boy Advance? Eliwood and Hector's part of that game was stupid. Like, Lynn's is a very classic Fire Emblem story, really easy to understand and play. Eliwood and Hector is like complex for no good reason. Like, seriously, I hated it. While I was playing Eliwood's story, I was just like, I don't care. Honestly, I did not care a lot about that a lot, but see, I went back to Fire Emblem from Star Wars, I'm sorry. But, yeah, so, I don't hate the prequels. Like, I will admit, alright, I'll give a little bit of leeway that there were some issues here and there. And, but that's it. I still like them. I don't care that there were problems. You know, I love them, you know? I watch them, and I enjoy them for however long they are. That said, I'm still very excited for, Episode 7, Star Wars The Force Awakens. Teasers make it look great. Star Wars The Clone Wars. I was upset that it was cancelled, but I will say this. Rebels is better than I thought it would be. The final, 4 episodes of Season 1 were very fantastic, and the trailer for Season 2 just has me even more excited for it. So, you know, I'm happy about that. Yeah, so, you know, Star Wars is doing good right now. I still wish Clone Wars didn't have to be cancelled, but it looks like we're going to be getting some closure from Clone Wars out of Rebels, so, you know, that's not bad. You know, I really hope my audio is coming through good. I spent like 20 minutes prior making sure, like, trying to test that and make sure that the volume and everything is good. If I really hope it's good, damn it. Oh jeez, 1 second. Because I have like, I'm looking at, I just looking at my broadcaster thing. I'm using what is it called? Open Broadcaster software, and the volume for the game is at 25%. So I hope it's not overpowering me, which the mic is at 100. I'm thinking to just drop it a bit more, but I think it should be fine. I tested it out at like 40 and 30, so I dropped it to 25 just to be safe. And I'm hitting a plant. Yeah. Quick thing, I do this every time I start the levels. I don't know if you noticed, but for once again, for those who don't know what I'm doing, which I'm sorry, I'm not spending more time on the game. Jesus, I'm terrible at this. I have a move for my mage where he summons these 2 fireballs. I could shoot them out, but they act a lot like they're buffs. As long as they're out, like see down here, these things popped up. I have more physical defense than magic defense, as long as I have them out. See, I can't shoot them out. See, whoop, whoop. But I'd rather keep them around me because they buff me. And another thing I do is this, which it changes my base attack, which is non-elemental magic, into elemental. And I'm using fire because I'm fighting a bunch of bugs and mushroom and stuff, and I'm pretty sure they're weak against fire and scorpions. I'm pretty sure. Either way, I go with fire the whole time. I hate those things. Oops, oops. My sister actually, Shadowstar, does not know that I'm streaming this right now. I wish I told her. I mean, not streaming, recording. But I'm gonna put it on YouTube and then tell her, hey, look at this, look what I did. Listen to me talk like an idiot for like however long this video is gonna end up being. What else do I need to talk about? I guess not much else, you know. I mean, everything else has been talked to death. I just gave my quick opinions on a bunch of cool things. E3 is coming up. Feels like just yesterday I was saying that before, but it really is, you know. I'm excited. I know Zelda's not going to be there. I know people are pissed about that Zelda was delayed, but I wasn't really. Or, you know, that's a lie. People were not pissed. Some people were. But most people are alright with Nintendo delaying the game to make it better. Oh, wow. I know I am. Then again, look, I'll be honest with you. I had 0 plans. I'm doing a 0 with my hand even though you can't see me. I have 0 plans to get Zelda U anyway. I live with my older sister right now and she wants to get it, so that's cool, but me, myself, I have no desire to get it. Oh shit, I missed. How did I miss? And it's not like, it's simply because I have more things I'm interested in. Xenoblade X, Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire. What the world is that? This cross belonged to a priest who rests in the underground ruins. You see that too, right? This cross belongs to a priest who rests in the underground ruins. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I wish there was a way to know how long I've been recording. Oh, 34 minutes. Okay, says it right there at the bottom of the open broadcast software shit. Alright, 34 minutes. Oh shit, do I have a... I think I might be... Am I limited? Oh crap. Oh shit. I will probably just be ending this little stream right now, or this little video recording session, because it's long, and I wasn't paying attention because I'm an idiot, and I was talking about a bunch of stuff that's a month-old news that everybody's already talked to death about. So, let me just stop this, I'll, upload it, and I'll get along to talking about some other shit. More relevant stuff to me at the very least. So, yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Maybe I'll get a bit more into Dungeon Fighter in the next video, I'm sorry. And, I won't see you because there's no webcam, but I'll play a game for you to watch sometime soon. Hasta.